Chosen one. It's almost unsettling how easily you can read people like a book with bone-chilling accuracy that leaves them exposed. They don't realize your silence isn't confusion, it's calculation. You've already seen the ending before they've even started their act. Lately, people are crashing out because you caught them. But you're not confronting anyone anymore. You're simply letting karma handle what you've already seen coming. You don't have to seek revenge. Your elevation already did the job. Something massive is unfolding for you, and you need to understand the full scope of what's happening. Your spirit guides are about to show you how connected you really are. You've got friends in high places, divine assistance that's been working overtime behind the scenes, and the people who've been trying to hold you back. Everyone is about to find out exactly what happens when you take matters into your own hands. When you say, get your hand out of that cookie jar right now and fix this yourself. Panic sets in, because people were counting on you staying dependent on half-hearted help. You tried to work with certain folks. You really did. You extended opportunities for people to show up with integrity. But when you take things into your own hands, when you start handling business yourself, suddenly everyone wants to jump in. Oh my gosh, no. I was going to do it. Too late. You were testing to see if people could keep up with you, testing to see if folks would be honest, if there would be integrity, and most let you down. So now everyone is trying to save face while you charge ahead with confidence like that was real funny. That was real cute, but I'm gone now. The bottom line is people feel called out by you because you won't put your stamp of approval on anything that's less than excellent. You're not going to let these secretly competitive folks sabotage you just because standards can't be handled. You see right through the ones who had one hand tied behind their back on purpose. Oh, I'm trying to help you, what do you mean? But you saw it, you saw the sabotage, you saw the fake support, and you removed people so fast heads are still spinning. Wait, what? Busted. You busted everyone like skirt brick wall. You let them show you who everyone is. As uncomfortable as that was for you, because you're a kind soul who wants to give people another chance, you sat back and watched the performance play out in your face. Then you left. And that departure, that has folks feeling some type of way. Some people feel called out like, oh, so my work wasn't good enough. And it's not even about that. It's about standards. It's about refusing to attach your name to anything that's subpar or dishonest. You're not going to let people BS you because you can't BS someone who used to be a completely different person. You weren't always this perceptive. You didn't change overnight. These are things you built. New talents, new routines, a new way of living that took time to develop. And these people think building what you have happens in a day, that replicating everything you've worked for, everything you've prayed for, happens without putting in years of refinement. Watch how fast the realization hits about being wrong, because what's about to happen next will separate the real ones from the pretenders permanently. You're going through an extreme makeover, and it's not just external. Your angels are coming in with the assist, with the team effort, to put some people in their place. Some of you are finding love again after thinking it was impossible. Others are finally getting real friends who actually show up. You're getting people you can trust. And simultaneously, you're seeing through the people you need to steer clear of, the ones who feel called out by the fact that you're loved, that you're up and coming, that you're on the rise. The gossip surrounding your name, that's just confirmation you're doing something significant. Your attractiveness operates on a frequency most people can't even perceive. You have your own way of doing things that's custom-tailored just for you. And people want to be unique and supercharged too. But the approach is all wrong. Trying to be competitive with you, trying to embarrass you, trying to humiliate you in front of others. These could be jealous colleagues, co-workers, frenemies, even people online who don't want to be caught supporting you because of how it will look. But here's what you need to understand. People feel called out because your very existence is proof not enough is being done with their own lives. You're very private about what you're working on and what you're building. You hold the people you love close to your heart. You don't just share information freely. And any little crumb people find about you, magnification happens, embellishment happens, speaking on it over and over again happens. Silent observations aren't silent at all. going out of the way to exclude you or make you feel left out is happening. But you could never feel left out of something you don't even care to be part of. If you wanted to bust down the door, you would bust down the door. You feel me? You are not the one. Your voice has people feeling some type of way. People don't want you to speak on certain things. If it's your love life, that makes others jealous. If it's about your success, that makes folks competitive. If it's about your gifts, that makes people feel inadequate. Your presence alone is making everyone question everything, thought to be figured out. And the more you speak your truth, the more crashing out happens. Because truth is a mirror, and most people hate what gets seen when looking honestly at themselves. People who've been checking on you from a distance know you're aware. You can feel energy on you. Some folks are studying you, trying to figure out how you keep winning, how you keep bouncing back, how you walk out the door from toxic situations and immediately level up. Understanding doesn't exist, that you're a lucky charm, that when you remove yourself from their energy, you bounce back because you know your worth. Folks want you down on the ground, want you not bouncing back, not never, but you do it every time. Someone tries to rip you off, you walk out and find better. Someone tries to scam you, you do better. Someone tries to con you into some nonsense, you leave and immediately upgrade. This drives people crazy because you need to stay small so others can feel big, but you're not cooperating with limitations anymore. The way you are learning to receive has people feeling called out. The way you are loved has folks in their feelings, jumping out of seats wanting to say I'm important too, I'm super loved too, I'm spoiled, I have things going for myself as well. Because you're making a very lucrative life for yourself while minding your own business. People want to know more. It's the things you're not saying, not posting, not doing that have folks wondering what's going on with you. And that mystery is driving everyone absolutely insane. You have a brick wall with people who operate in lies. Your BS detector is fully activated, and you can see right through people who lie. No one can BS someone who used to be a different person at one point in life. You know all the tactics because you lived them, learned from them, and evolved past them. Now you're operating at a level where deception bounces off you like rain off a windshield. You see it coming, you step aside, you keep moving. If this resonates with your inner knowing, hype this video to help fellow chosen ones find their way here. Everything you've ever worked for, everything you've ever prayed for, is now falling into place, not because you got lucky, not because some secret formula finally got figured out, but because you put in the work when nobody was watching. You built routines, you developed discipline, you committed to growth even when it was uncomfortable. And these people who think building in a day what took years, watch the crash and burn trying to skip the process you honored. Your angels are celebrating right now. The message is okay, keep going, keep going. It's like your training wheels just came off. You're wobbling a little bit, feeling scared, but you got this. Your gifts are getting stronger. You're stepping into levels of influence that require someone with your specific combination of perception and courage. And the people watching? Thinking, who do you think you are? This breaker of chains, this person who breathes fire and life into everything created, who do you think you are? You're the real MVP, and everyone hates admitting it. You take your role and purpose seriously. You know it's a huge honor to have the gifts you do, and you're not going to squander them. People misuse power all the time, not you. You're stepping into purpose with your crown opening, remembering past lives, connecting to wisdom that transcends this current timeline, and you're not going to muck about with it. Understanding exists that being mindful of your prayers, your words, your affirmations is critical because you are magical. You are going to be famous. You're going to be famous for your words, for the way you stand on business, for the way you influence and communicate clearly, for being the galactic truth serum, for being in the right place at the right time. Things are about to be more magical for you, because you're listening to your intuition instead of second-guessing it, and that commitment to inner knowing is unlocking doors that stayed closed when external validation was still being sought. When you read someone accurately, you're not just picking up surface-level tells, you're accessing information that exists in dimensions most people don't even acknowledge. You walk into a meeting and within moments you know who's hiding resentment behind professional smiles, who's plotting to take credit for collaborative work, who's genuinely aligned with the mission, and who's just collecting a check while energy drains everyone around. This isn't guesswork. This is you tapping into frequency signatures that people broadcast whether meaning to or not. The scary part for others is you're right, almost every single time. Someone gives you a strange feeling and you distance yourself. Later everyone finds out that person was running schemes the whole time. You get an off vibe from a business opportunity, and you pass on it. The company collapses within months. You sense someone's compliment is actually veiled criticism, and you don't engage. Later exposure happens by saying the exact same backhanded thing to someone else who reports it back to you. Your accuracy rate is what makes people nervous, because if you can see through one person, you can probably see through everyone too. People start testing you to see if you're really that perceptive, or if you just got lucky a few times. False information gets thrown out to see if you catch it. Scenarios get created to see if you can detect the setup. Others get sent to probe you for information while pretending it's casual conversation. But you catch all of it. Every test, every probe, every setup. And you don't always call it out immediately, because sometimes letting people think slick thinking exists gives you more information about true intentions than confronting would. Your silence has become a strategic weapon. When someone lies to you and you just nod and say okay, thinking exists that getting away with it happened. Realization doesn't exist that you're filing that information away. Building a complete profile of character, watching patterns emerge that confirm what your gut already told you. Then when the time comes to make decisions about who gets access to you, who gets opportunities from you, who gets trusted with important information, you already know exactly who makes the cut and who doesn't. People never see it coming because you played it so cool when lies were being told to your face. The micro-expressions you pick up on are like reading a language nobody else studied. That split second when someone's eyes tighten before forcing a smile, the way someone's energy shifts when a particular topic comes up, even though words stay neutral, the slight change in tone that reveals discomfort or dishonesty or hidden agenda. Most people miss these signals completely because focus stays on words, but you learned that words are the least reliable form of communication. Body language, energy, timing, what's not said, these tell the real story. You've also developed the ability to read group dynamics instantly. You enter a room full of people and within moments you know who holds real influence versus who just has a title. You can see the unspoken alliances, the hidden tensions, the person everyone's afraid of, the person everyone secretly resents, the one who's actually holding everything together while getting no credit. This level of social intelligence is rare, and it makes you invaluable in situations where understanding the real power structure is critical to success. But this gift comes with a weight that nobody warns you about. Once you see clearly, you can't unsee. You can't go back to surface-level relationships where everyone pretends everything is fine while toxicity festers underneath. You can't participate in group delusions where everyone agrees to ignore obvious problems. You can't stay in environments where truth is punished and performance is rewarded. This is why your circle got smaller. Not because you became judgmental, but because you became allergic to fake. Your system literally rejects inauthenticity, now like a body rejects a virus. People accuse you of being negative or cynical or untrusting when really, you're just awake. You see what is, not what people pretend it is. And yes, that means you see a lot of dysfunction that others overlook or make excuses for. But you also see genuine goodness when it exists. You recognize real integrity when you encounter it. You appreciate authentic kindness in ways that people who can't detect fake never will. Because when you know what counterfeit looks like, you value the real thing exponentially more. The way you read motivation is particularly unnerving to people with hidden agendas. Approach happens with one stated intention, while pursuing a completely different goal. Wanting to pick your brain while claiming collaboration interest. Wanting access to your network while pretending caring about friendship. Wanting to study your methods while acting like interest exists. But you see straight through to the real motivation, and instead of calling folks out and creating drama, you just give surface-level engagement that keeps distance while revealing nothing valuable. People walk away thinking the conversation went great, while you walk away knowing exactly what everyone was really after. Your ability to predict behavior based on pattern recognition has probably saved you countless times. You notice that someone always creates crisis right before needing something from you, that someone always has an excuse ready when accountability arrives, that someone only reaches out when wanting something, never just to genuinely connect. Once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it, and you stop being surprised when the same play runs again because you already know it's coming. This is why you're always steps ahead. You're not smarter than everyone else, you're just paying attention to patterns hoping to be ignored. There's a particular type of person who becomes obsessed with figuring out how you do it, how you know things you shouldn't be able to know, how you sense things you have no evidence for, how you predict outcomes that seem impossible to foresee. Study of you happens trying to learn your secret, but there is no technique available for copying. Your gift is the result of lived experience combined with spiritual sensitivity, combined with choosing awareness over comfort. Replication can't happen by watching you. Going through your own journey of awakening would be required, and most people aren't willing to pay that price. You've learned to trust your body's responses to people, that knot in your stomach when someone walks in the room, that sudden fatigue when you're around certain individuals, that lightness and energy you feel with others. Your body is giving you information your mind hasn't processed yet, and instead of overriding these physical signals with logic or social obligation, you honor them. If your body says this person is draining, you limit contact. If your body says this person is safe, you allow connection. This somatic awareness is another layer of your reading ability that operates below conscious thought. You're also reading people's capacity for growth versus commitment to staying stuck. Some people complain about circumstances, but resist every solution offered. Some people say wanting to change, but actions reveal comfort in dysfunction. Some people claim working on themselves, but actually just getting better at justifying behavior. You see the difference between someone who's genuinely struggling to evolve and someone who's performing growth while staying exactly the same. This discernment helps you invest your energy wisely. The loneliness of seeing clearly is real, and nobody prepared you for it. You're in conversations where everyone's acting like everything is fine, and you're the only one who can see the dysfunction. You're in situations where everyone's praising someone you know is fake. You're watching people make choices you know will end badly, but you can't save folks because readiness to see what you see doesn't exist. This isolation is part of why you connect so deeply with the few people who also see clearly. When you find someone who doesn't need you to pretend or perform, or pretend not to notice, you hold on to that relationship because it's rare. The timing of when you speak what you see has become as important as what you see. You've learned that telling someone about being lied to before readiness to hear it exists just makes defending the liar and rejecting you happen. You've learned that warning someone about red flags before willingness to acknowledge them exists makes you the enemy. So you practice discernment not just in what you perceive, but in what you share and when. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let someone learn their own lesson while you quietly step back and protect yourself. People who encounter you after you've fully activated this gift often feel like you see straight into souls, because you do. You see light and shadow, potential and patterns, truth and performance. This level of being seen is uncomfortable for people who've built identity on hiding, but it's healing for people who are tired of being misunderstood. The right people feel relieved when you see them clearly. The wrong people feel exposed and exit quickly. This natural sorting process is your gift, working to surround you only with people who can handle your level of perception. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks, while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose, and the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. What makes your reading ability particularly powerful right now is you've stopped second-guessing it. There was a time when you'd sense something off about a person, but talk yourself out of it. You'd see red flags, but give the benefit of the doubt. You'd feel that warning in your gut, but override it with logic or hope or social pressure. Not anymore. Now when you read someone as unsafe, you act on that information immediately. You don't need proof. You don't need consensus. You don't need time to be sure. Your knowing is enough, and that confidence in your perception is what makes you unstoppable. You've also developed the ability to read what people need even when self-knowledge doesn't exist. Someone comes to you complaining about surface issues, but you see the deeper wound driving everything. Someone asks for one kind of help, but you know something completely different is actually needed. This is why people feel simultaneously comforted and unsettled around you. You meet folks at levels unknown to exist. You speak to parts being ignored. And while some people appreciate this depth, others find it invasive even though you're just naturally perceiving what's already there. The way you read through charm and charisma to the person underneath has probably protected you from narcissists and con artists. Coming in with big energy, big promises, big performances happens, but you're reading past all that to the emptiness or malice or neediness driving it. You see when someone's charm is a hook, when flattery is manipulation, when grand gestures are love bombing, and you don't get swept up in it like others do, because you're reading the intention behind the presentation, rather than just enjoying the show. Your gift has also taught you to read people's relationship to truth. Some people value truth and will adjust when wrong. Others protect ego at all costs and will distort reality rather than admit error. You can sense which type you're dealing with within one challenging conversation. If acknowledging a mistake or considering a different perspective can happen, you know growth orientation exists. If deflecting, denying, projecting and attacking when questioned happens, you know commitment to narrative regardless of facts exists. This discernment saves you from wasting energy on people who will never choose truth over being right. You've developed the ability to read when someone is energetically feeding off you. Leaving conversations feeling great happens for them while you feel depleted. Coming to you constantly with problems happens, but implementing solutions never does. Treating you like emotional support human happens, but disappearing when you need support occurs. This vampiric dynamic is often invisible to others because the person seems so nice and you seem so willing to help. But you feel the imbalance, you sense the one-directional flow, and now you interrupt these patterns before full establishment. Your accuracy in reading people who are intimidated by you is particularly sharp. Masking happens with criticism or condescension, or attempts to diminish your achievements, but underneath you feel envy, insecurity, fear that your success highlights stagnation. You don't need admission. You can read it in how engagement with you happens, the subtle put-downs, the lack of genuine celebration for your wins, the way subject changes when you share good news. All of it broadcasts discomfort with your growth. You've also learned to read when someone is future faking versus actually planning. Talking big about what's going to be done happens, but you sense the emptiness behind the words. No concrete steps, no real timeline, just fantasy dressed up as intention. You've stopped getting excited about people's announcements of what accomplishment will happen, and you pay attention only to what actually gets done. This discernment has saved you from investing in partnerships and collaborations that were never going to materialize. Your ability to read when someone is spiritually bypassing has become razor sharp. Using spiritual concepts to avoid accountability happens. Claiming everything is a lesson when actually just tolerating abuse occurs. Talking about forgiveness to bypass grief happens. Preaching love and light to avoid acknowledging darkness occurs. You see through this spiritual materialism to the avoidance and denial underneath. and you're no longer participating in spaces where spiritual language gets used to enable dysfunction. What people don't understand about your level of perception is that it's not optional for you anymore. You can't turn it off. You can't choose not to see what you see. Walking into any situation means immediately receiving information about everyone present, mood, agenda, authenticity, or lack thereof. This constant input is why you need so much time alone to process and reset. You're not antisocial. You're recovering from the energetic overwhelm of reading everything and everyone all the time. The way you read people's core wounds and how those wounds drive behavior is both a blessing and a burden. You have compassion for why someone acts the way action happens. You understand the pain that created defense mechanisms. But understanding doesn't mean tolerating. You've learned that you can see someone's wound clearly and still refuse to be collateral damage in healing journey. Boundaries and compassion coexist in your world now, not contradictory, complementary. The way you read people's capacity for reciprocity versus tendency to take has shaped who you invest in. You notice who shows up when you need something versus who only shows up when needing something, who remembers what you shared versus who only talks about themselves, who considers your needs versus who expects you to constantly consider theirs. This tracking of reciprocity isn't scorekeeping. It's recognizing whether someone actually knows how to be in mutual relationship or if only knowing how to consume exists. Your ability to read when someone is projecting issues onto you has become essential for protecting your peace. Anger at you for something actually done by them happens. Accusing you of being selfish when being the ones always taking occurs. Claiming you're being dramatic when escalation is happening from them exists. You see the projection clearly. You recognize that accusations are confessions, and instead of defending yourself against false charges, you just remove yourself from people who can't see their own reflection without blaming you for what gets seen. The supernatural speed at which you bounce back will continue to shock people. Understanding doesn't exist. That resilience isn't about not getting knocked down. It's about how fast you get back up. And you've trained yourself to extract lessons instantly, make adjustments immediately, and keep moving forward without dwelling on what went wrong. That agility is rare. That mentality is powerful. That approach is exactly what's going to carry you to levels most people only dream about. Your brick wall approach to dishonesty will save you years of wasted time and energy. The moment you detect lies, the wall goes up. Not aggressively, not defensively, just firmly. This far and no further. You're not interested in playing detective or giving people chances to explain away what you already know. Your intuition told you everything you needed to know, and you honor that information by acting on it immediately. This is wisdom. This is self-respect. This is what separates people who keep repeating painful patterns from people who break free and build something better. The soul tribe connections forming now will feel completely different than anything you've experienced before. These people have done their healing work. Understanding exists, that real relationship requires consistency, not just convenience. Celebrating your wins without resentment happens. Telling you truth even when it's uncomfortable happens because caring about your growth more than your approval exists. Showing up when it matters, not just when it benefits them, occurs. This is what you cleared space for when you released everyone who was occupying room without adding value. Your training has been intense but necessary. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every disappointment strengthened your resilience. Every moment of isolation prepared you for visibility. You graduated from lessons that would have destroyed someone with less spiritual fortitude. And now you're standing on the other side of that refining fire, with gifts most people will never develop because willingness to go through what you went through to earn them doesn't exist. Your gift of reading people with bone-chilling accuracy is fully activated now, and it's only getting stronger. You're operating at a level of perception that most people will never access because fear of what gets seen if really paying attention happens exists. But you're not afraid anymore. You'd rather see truth and deal with it than live in denial and wonder why things keep going wrong. That courage to face reality as it is, not as you wish it would be, is what protects you from repeating past mistakes. This is who you've always been underneath the conditioning, underneath the people-pleasing, underneath the shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you. You're remembering your power now, reclaiming your voice, rebuilding your life according to standards that honor who you actually are, instead of who others needed you to be. And that remembering, that reclamation, that rebuilding creates ripples that impact everyone watching. Your journey is permission for others to start their own. Your courage is contagious. Your truth is transformative. You are the one who sees what others miss, who feels what others ignore, who knows what others doubt. And instead of questioning your gift or apologizing for it, or dimming it to make insecure people comfortable, you're wielding it with confidence and precision and power. This is your season where everyone who doubted you gets to watch you win, where everyone who underestimated you gets to witness your rise, where everyone who betrayed you gets to see what got lost when choosing games over genuine connection. The universe is backing you completely. Your angels are clearing every obstacle from your path. Your spirit guides are positioning you for levels of success that will shock everyone, including yourself. And your ability to read people accurately, combined with your willingness to honor what you see, is the exact formula that's taking you everywhere you're meant to go. Keep going, keep growing, keep reading people accurately, and acting on what you see with bone-chilling precision, because chosen ones who fully activate their gifts don't just survive the games people play, transcending the entire game board and building new realities where only truth and authenticity are allowed entry happens. That's where you're heading. That's what you're building. And absolutely nothing can stop what's already in motion.